Colt McCoy, who joins us now in the 72 Sold Sports Line. Colt, thanks for the time this morning. How you doing, and how important was it to you to get that deal done quickly last week?
Oh, man, thanks for having me on, guys. I'm fired up. Just got it all signed away, and thankful to be on the Arizona Cardinals for a couple more years, and I couldn't be more happy.
So, Colt, can we ask you the reasons why you came back and wanted to play for the Cardinals again over the next 2 years?
Yeah, how much time you got?
I got a lot of time, big guy.
No, I just want to count my blessings. I'm thankful that going into year 13, I still get to do this, still get to suit up and go, and my body feels great. My mind feels good. Like, I just enjoyed the off season, but I'm grateful to be able to come back to such a great place. I love keeping the continuity. Kyler and Cliff and Cam, our quarterbacks coach, it's a great room. The team is amazing. Veteran offensive line. Just I think Steve has put together a roster of a lot of young guys and a lot of older guys, vets that all want to win, and it's a fun group to come to work with every day. And so I'm thankful to be a part of it.
Colt, you've been in the league for a little bit now. Did anything surprise you last year? I mean, you got into a couple games, you won a couple games. Obviously, your relationship with Kyler Murray, you were on a new team last year. Were there any surprises last season?
I was surprised that we didn't handle the end of the season the way we could have. We started off great. We're 10-2 early in December. And we just kind of didn't finish the way we wanted to from top to bottom. And I think if there was one reason we put your finger on, we would have fixed it. I think it's just a lot of things that we need to address. That this off season somehow we can look at those things and maybe benefit from actually going through that and figure them all out. And so and we have the coaches, the players, the group of guys to really evaluate that and figure that out and move forward. Our goals don't change. So really grateful to be back and be a part of this. And we learned a lot last year. Some of the winning 7 games in a row. This league is so hard to win games. To have that stretch, to understand that we know what it feels like. We know what it takes. Having experienced that, I think. We're in a great position, and we just have to put our heads down and go back to work.
Colt, one of the big reasons why the Arizona Cardinals, I think, want you in that quarterback room is because of the relationship that you have with Kyler Murray. Have you talked to Kyler Murray recently? Yeah,
Kyler's great. He's in a good spot. He's working hard. We're in 2 different phases of life, right? I'm got 4 kids and coaching my girls' soccer team and volunteering at school with them, and he's training and throwing and working out, and his mind is on football. So mine is too. We're just in 2 different places. I'm looking forward to this year not having to deal with COVID and get back out here for the off season and really get back to work and get in the same room together and move forward. So we're all in a good place.
Colt, how have you seen him grow as a leader? There's a lot of talk about his leadership, of course, out here in the football universe. Everyone is talking about it. A lot of fans are out there talking about it. How have you personally seen him grow?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kyler's one of the most talented guys I've ever been around. If not the most talented, just from his playmaking ability to his accuracy. There's so many things in his game that are just so impressive. And his intelligence of the game, we spend a lot of time watching film together, talking about ways that we can get better. I mean, Kyler's definitely a leader. I remember when I was a young quarterback, there's a lot of things that you have to go through and learn and grow and get better at, and it's hard to be a franchise quarterback. And look what he's done his first 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. His arrow is trending upwards. So he's in a good spot. I'm excited for him. I'm thankful that I get to come back and work with him, and looking forward to next year.
Talking to Colt McCoy. Colt, you mentioned the continuity of the offense when you bring back a James Conner and a Zach Ertz and a Justin Pugh and obviously yourself. Is that what you're talking about in terms of just being able to maybe focus on more what happened in the first 12 games last season and obviously figure out the end of the season, but bring back most of the principal parts of that?
Yeah, I think for our team, bringing back James and Zach and Justin, I think those are just amazing guys to have on your team. They obviously produce. They have a ton of experience. They're sort of the cornerstone of your team, and to be able to bring those guys back, is huge for everyone. And I'm grateful that they did, and thankful that they picked me to come back for a couple years. I'm just I don't take it for granted, and this is a special group of guys, and again, I think I've said it a few times, but coming to work every day is fun when you're around guys who care. This means something to them. We're all in this to win, and we know we dropped the ball late in the season, and we've got to learn from that and put our finger on the things that we can fix and change and adjust, and hopefully benefit from that experience and translate some of the positive things that we did last year into this next season.
It's amazing, Colt, because I look at the signings offensively, in particular by the Cardinals. Justin Pugh, you mentioned, of course, Zach Ertz, James Conner, Max Williams. I think a very, very underrated signing. Max Williams right there. I think of that, and I think of 12 personnel. Let's attack the line of scrimmage. Let's put James Conner's toes at 6 or 7 yards and attack the line of scrimmage. Do you think this offense is going to evolve more this year?
I do. I think Zach, he got here, midway through the season, and obviously Max was hurt. Is why we brought Zach in. I think, if Max can get healthy and those guys can be on the field at the same time, those are two studs at the tight end position. Cliff is very good at putting the best guys on the field and putting them in position to make plays. And if that's in 10 personnel, 11 personnel, 12 personnel, whatever that looks like, I feel like we need to do whatever is best based on our personnel. So thankful that we have those options, and I know that this offseason we'll start to put together what we feel like would be the best way to attack next year. But I know bringing James and Zach back is huge for the offense.
Colt, my last one for you. We're talking to Colt McCoy. From your perspective as a quarterback on this team, I'm sure it wasn't just one thing in those last 5 or 6 games, but how much does not having DeAndre Hopkins during the stretch run affect the offense, aside from just how talented he is? I mean, what does that do to your offense and the opposing defense?
Yeah, I mean, Hop is a matchup nightmare for teams. He's taking double coverage. He still wins when people get double coverage on him. He's just a huge threat, and losing him, like we did in the timing that it just was tough. I didn't get to play with him for 3 weeks that I was playing, and he's just such a difference maker. So, getting him back and getting him healthy is only going to help our team tremendously. When he's on the field, he makes plays when the ball's in the air. You trust him. He's a security blanket. Defenses have to be aware of where he's at all times. So that was a big loss for us. That's no excuse, but that obviously hurt.
Colt, I have to ask you this last question right here, but knowing how well you played in Kyler Murray's stead, knowing how well you played in those 3 games right there, how much action did you get out there, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, did you even have another offer where you were considering going somewhere else, or was it always just the Cardinals?
Well, I wanted to be back here. I certainly had other places to go, but I'm thankful for that too. I mean, look, you don't take for granted, getting to get out on the field and play, and as a backup the last several years, I've been through seasons where you don't step on the field one time, so you always got to be ready to play, and my mentality is every day just coming in and preparing and being ready to play, because you don't know when that's going to happen, and you want your coaches and your teammates to know that you're accountable and know they can trust you if something happens and you need to get out there and play. And I'm thankful that, I was able to go out there and do that. And again, I was surrounded by great teammates, great coaches. Like, I feel very comfortable in what we do here, so I value that. I had an opportunity to go play at a few other places, but this is a place that I really, really want to be and really trust and really like. And this group of guys is a special group, and just count my blessings that I get to do this again here.
So is 2 years enough? How much more do you want to play, Colt?
Well, I don't want to put a number on that. I mean, I feel better right now than I've felt in a long time, and I think that's a tribute to just being able to play in Arizona in the desert, playing on grass every week. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Amen.
So, I feel great and just kind of adjust year to year.
Colt, congrats on the new deal,
Colt.
man. We appreciate the time.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.